Hi, this is Win Claybaugh. Welcome to my Best of Masters weekly audio blog for AmericanSalon.com. Next up is one of my favorite clips from the last 20 years of inspiring interviews from Masters Audio Club. Now talk to us about the session world doing hair, because again, you came from the salon division, went into education, obviously involved with the manufacturer in terms of doing shows. But the session world of doing hair is completely different. Were there skills that you had to develop and learn to go into this other world of hair?
My God, I've found myself telling people that I felt like I've learnt how to do hairdressing all over again.
Why?
I've really learnt what products are.
Okay.
You know, it's not just about picking up your favourite products while you're working in the salon or promoting a product if you're with a manufacturer. It's about using products that really, really work, that you can use in a situation for magazines, or if you're doing a video, it's got to work. So I feel like I really had to educate myself all over again. I often laugh and say I really learnt how to use a round brush. I always thought I was so good at doing things,
right?
Or created a standard where I keep trying to do things and get myself to a certain level until I walked in to do session work, and I really had to learn. I've been in situations that you would die, I promise you.
Now, also explain this, because a salon hairdresser has one client to please that's sitting in their chair. Mm-hmm. Whereas you probably have the model, there's probably a wardrobe stylist, there's probably a photographer, there's probably the client themselves.
Yeah.
So it's not just, you pleasing the one person who you're doing the hair on, it's a whole group of people who have a say in what you're doing, correct? Can you explain that a little bit more?
There's a tiered regiment that you go through when you're doing session work. Especially here in Hollywood, you've got your celebrity side. Now, I'll take that for example. If I'm working with a celebrity, it's very rarely the celebrity I've got to please. It's their publicist, their manager, and then there's the photographer that you have to go through. Now, to me, I've been in situations where the publicist has been like your old school headmistress. When you used to be really scared and nervous, and if they walked through the room, everyone would go really quiet and not say anything. That's exactly what a situation can be, because these people have so much power in Hollywood, and it can be a question of whether they want to book you again.
Right.
Or even if they don't like you that much, that could really quite ruin your career.
Wow.
So it's not really the celebrity that counts at the end of the day, it's that publicist.
Oh my. Now, again, the topic of this tape is we are going to educate our listeners about the world of session hair.
Most definitely.
But we're also going to talk about creating personal standards and goals to be able to accomplish anything that you want in this industry.
Yeah.
But a little bit more about the world that you are in doing hair. You are with an agency, correct? So you have somebody that represents you. If you can kind of explain that process a little bit more.
Okay, well, the way the system goes is generally you need to find an agent, and what that means is that the agent will find you work, help you to grow in the industry. With myself, I went through a slightly different way because I was very established as a hairdresser anyway. There wasn't anybody that I knew that would let me assist them. They all said no.
When you wanted to get into that world.
Exactly, because normally it's just like any other hairdressing
program. Do you know how many people I've had call you? You're not telling them no, are you?
No,
okay,
not
good.
Have
they been calling you?
You know what? I would assist anybody, and I would let anybody assist me.
Good.
It's just that I think people knew where I was from and knew what I was about. So, if I'd have gone up to them and said, can I come and help you, they were a little bit like, well, you don't need to assist me.
Right.
It was that type of situation.
Okay.
So normally, if you're coming into the industry, you can assist people. That way you get to build relationships. Your relationships will then come with other hairdressers or other makeup artists, other photographers, will then get to know who you are and then start booking you, and you create a relationship there. So as well as you having a relationship with your agent, you'll have your relationship in the world of how many friends you have as photographers, how many makeup artists who will recommend you. So it's constantly building relationships. You're constantly schmoozing. If there's a party and you don't feel like going to it, you've got to go because you know that a certain person's going to be there, just to be polite and that your name stays with them.
Okay.
So they know whether to book you or not in the future. So it's a constant ongoing thing.
So you're networking constantly?
Constantly networking.
Now, I know that our listeners understand the process of an agency that represents models But again, there are agencies that represent photographers, that represent hairdressers.
And they're all interlinked.
Okay.
So the agency will know the photographers, they'll know the models. So it's all a relationship building thing. Okay. And people move within the industry as well. So you could have somebody that could be an agent with the model agency, and then from there they could move and be an agent with the hairdressing agency, or the makeup agency. So it's all very interlinked.
Can you just kind of name who in Los Angeles? Who are some of the agencies that represent hairdressers?
Okay, there's a handful. There's the agency that I'm with. It's called Celestine.
Okay.
There's also Cloutier, Art Mix, Work Group, Artist Group, and they've all got like around about say 15 to 20 hairdressers on their books.
Okay.
Another thing that you're up against is people that do both. I don't like people that do both.
What do you mean?
Meaning somebody that does hair and makeup.
Okay.
Because you find that people can book people on a lower profit.
Does a client perhaps look for that a lot? They want a hairdresser who can also do makeup, so they don't have to book and pay for both.
It depends what type of quality they're looking for, and it's like in any business, there's always somebody that's trying to crunch the numbers.
You get what you pay for, right?
Exactly.
Okay.